I'm by names of Kayanja Benjamin, and I work with Akvo International as an electrician. We are doing an installation of solar street lighting, and I've been working with street lighting for over 7 years now. So I've got some experience of installing solar street lights, as you've seen. Briefly, the way we start with the installations of the street lights, we have the pole being laid down for us to come and then start installing. And then the group that comes around here does the assembling of these components that come on the street lights. So here with me, you can see the battery boxes. These battery boxes are the ones that store our batteries onto the mounting frame. So we have two of them because we are installing two batteries, and we use nuts and bolts to fix them onto the pole. And after that has been installed, then we have the arm. The arm is roughly 2 meters, and it contains a light of 60 watts. So we do install the light of 60 watts using an Allen key of 6 up to fix it onto the arm. So the arm is being fixed onto the pole using a bolt of 17. So from there we get to the panel, and the panel is being attached on the pole using a mounting frame. This is what we call a mounting frame, and we attach the panels on the mounting frame using the bolts of 17 and 14. So from there we get to wire. We do connect our panels in pyro connection. That I mean positive to positive, negative to positive, to maintain the system voltage. Since the light is of 24, so we happen to make our system 24 volts. So we get the panels installed here, and then when we connect our cables, just like I said, they're in parallel. So from there, we have, of course we have the connectors on the panels, which the manufacturer does their connections as they get to assemble the panel. So this is an inspection chamber for the panel, where you can check in case there is any diode that has got a problem, the panel is not producing very well, it could be a loose. This is openable, and so you can check and find what the problem is on the panel. So we use a 4mm cable from the panels, and then we have what we call the home run cable. The home run cable connects the panels down to the battery box, and one of the battery boxes happens to be one of our control house, or I should say control center, where everything is being connected into. So we have now, for example, like this one here is my main control box, respective of me having two. So I have a battery inside here, and this battery is 150 amp hours stroke 12 volts. But now, since I'm designing a system, I'm generating power for this light that uses 24 volts. And for my panel, I have connected 24 volts, but each battery is 12 volts. I have to make sure that I also connect them to achieve the 24 volts power. So I get to connect the two batteries in series connection to make 24. 12 and 12 to make 24. So this time round, I'm not maintaining the voltage just like how I did with the panels. I now connect 24, and I get my cables connected positive to the negative of one battery to another. Then I remain with one main terminal, which is the positive, and then the negative of the DC power in 24. So I have a controller that does control or regulate the amount of energy we are generating from the panel. For example, it may shine from 7 or 8 up to around 5. And that means we have generated a lot of energy. But not to overcharge the batteries, we have this gadget. This is called a charge controller. So this charge controller is being installed inside here, so that we regulate the amount of energy we get to store into the batteries. And then the same way in the night, as the sun goes down, so we have flow back of power from the batteries to the panels. this gadget here defends or reduces onto that, so you don't have power again going back to the batteries. So it's a very useful gadget, and sometimes people get to wonder how the street light switches itself on and off during day and in the night. This is the guy. This is it. Without this, that cannot happen. Yeah, so this controller also controls the switching of the light by use of photo energy. Yes, so the moment the light is out and the charge controller happens to sense any voltage that is coming from the panels, it will automatically switch off the light. And then the same way in the evening, for as long as it has stopped receiving voltage or current from the panel, then it will switch on the light. Yeah, so in short, that is how we get to install the light. And then after installing the light, we move on to another street light and do the same assembly. Now what happens to this other one that we have left behind? We have a crane, we have another truck, another team that comes around. It goes on while installing or getting these cords up. So the crane will come after, immediately I go away and they have reached to my point where I have been. They will just get this pole, lift it up, and then position it to its base where it's going. Not to forget, there's a trick we do. As solar recommendation is, there's what we call orientation of the sun. So we get to find and mind so much about the orientation of the sun in the area that you're working in. Yes, so we position using the compass where the south is and the north is, and the east and the west. So we get to position these lights, position the lights at the same time the panels facing north-south orientation. That's very crucial. Many times you'll find that the sizing of the system is okay, but the orientation of the panel is wrong because it doesn't receive enough sunshine at the end of the day. Thank you so much.